Welcome to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, the investigative journalism program, or IJP, where I ask the question, whatever happened to the pizza at McDonald's? Brought to you by Grandy's Homestyle Cooking. I'm your host, Brian Thompson. After a brief detour to a McDonald's museum owned by a gentleman whose name sounds remarkably like pizza, I now return to the mystery of McDonald's pasta and chicken. As previously reported, I purchased a priceless artifact from a seller on the Electronic Bay, a tabletop menu advertising McDonald's pizza, pasta, and chicken dinners. A slogan on the menu reads, "Meet our new dinner crowd," and copyright information printed on the underside indicates it was produced in the year 1992. As endlessly pointed out to me by listeners across the globe, a novelty McDonald's in Orlando, Florida, still serves pizza and pasta, though as I am frankly weary of replying, neither of these is original recipe. This artifact, however, is the first I have heard of McDonald's serving chicken dinners. They have long been involved in the chicken trade, having served chicken sandwiches as well as small bowls of greenery they hide beneath an entire chicken breast. But 2- and 3-piece roast chicken platters served with a dinner roll are another thing entirely, a thing utterly foreign to the fast food industry, save for the menu at Grandy's Homestyle Cooking, as well as a little-known Spanish-language chain whose name loosely translates to the mentally ill chicken. For more information about McDonald's pasta and chicken, one would think the most relevant expert to question would be someone who works for the McDonald's Corporation. Though, as my previous research has proven, McDonald's refuses to teach its employees anything about its most basic history. Indeed, there is not even a mention of McDonald's pizza at the museum attached to the world's oldest McDonald's in Downey, California, even though it does contain a life-sized moon-headed Mac Tonight mannequin. McDonald's archival priorities are clearly, for lack of a less vulgar term, bananas. So, as I have often done before, I directed my queries to a computerized information depository often utilized by investigative journalists such as myself, a website called Google.com, and I discovered the following article from the August 4th, 1992 edition of the Chicago Tribune, a newspaper having to do with a Midwestern city known for its loose definition of pizza. Titled, "McDonald's Gives Pizza Test a Rest," the article explains that McDonald's pasta and chicken dinners were experimental menu items tested in New York and Tennessee. An unnamed McDonald's spokesperson claimed that consumer response to the items was, quote, "good," unquote, but that other considerations, such as food sourcing and equipment issues, were a factor in the discontinuation. The food sourcing excuse is quite the head-scratcher, as the average American enjoys a bountiful supply of pastas of varying shapes at their local supermarkets. Surely a powerful buying force such as McDonald's would have no trouble procuring spaghetti, fettuccine, or lasagna noodles. The equipment issues, however, have a ring of familiarity. Longtime listeners will recall that one of McDonald's transparently false excuses for discontinuing pizza was that the state-of-the-art ovens required to cook it on a fast food schedule were simply too expensive and cumbersome for many local franchises. This is, of course, hogwash, as the profits reaped from selling McDonald's pizza would have more than made up for the cost of the ovens, and any issue of space could be solved by eliminating the racks of boxed cookies no McDonald's customer has ever actually purchased. The same could be said for any vats of boiling water a location would have to install to cook pasta. Speaking of McDonald's pizza, the article goes on to mention that at the time of publication, McDonald's was continuing to test pizza in 500 locations. Imagine for a moment reading this issue of the Chicago Tribune in 1992, totally oblivious to the fact that just a few short years later, McDonald's pizza would be nothing but a distant memory. Indeed, the cancellation of the McDonald's pizza program sends ripples of sorrow both backward and forward in time, much like when one views a vintage film set in New York City that depicts the World Trade Center towers. This is why I limit my viewings of vintage films to those within the fantasy or science fiction genres, such as the epic adventure Willow. So, it seems as though the mystery of McDonald's pasta and chicken dinners has been solved. According to the article, these items were sent back to the McDonald's test kitchen for tinkering and could possibly return at some future date. However, I believe this would be folly. Eating pasta requires the use of plastic forks and knives, and as I learned from researching the M-wordorous bloodline of McDonald's UK CEO Paul Pomeroy, McDonald's is in the process of cutting back on its use of plastics. And, as previously mentioned, even the hubristic forces at McDonald's corporate would not dare to assume they could top the chicken dinners offered by Grandy's Home Cooking. Of course, neither of these shortcomings apply to McDonald's pizza, but this is obvious to literally everyone but those who could put a stop to history's sorrow ripples and bring McDonald's pizza back. Next week, we present the first annual Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's Award for Outstanding Candor. It promises to be a celebration unlike any other. I hope you will join us. Today's episode of Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's is brought to you by Grandy's.
Grandy's Pot Roast Dinner is a taste and value sensation. Enjoy savory pot roast with mashed potatoes and gravy, your choice of vegetable, and 2 rolls. It's big taste for a small price. Only at Grandy's, serving El Paso and Las Cruces.
Thank you for listening to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, a proud part of the Pizza at McDonald's network. Do you know what happened to Pizza at McDonald's? Do you remember it? Please send all correspondence to pizzaatmcdonalds@gmail.com. Visit our attractive website at www.pizzaatmcdonalds.com. There you may sign up for our electronic mail newsletter. You will also find links to our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages, as well to our Teespring store, where you may purchase quality Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's merchandise. To provide financial support, visit patreon.com/pizzaatmcds, or to make a one-time donation, use our PayPal email address, pizzaatmcdonalds@gmail.com. I'm Brian Thompson.